Hello, all my keto community. This is Beth Zupek Kanea. Now, what you want to do is go to Epigenex Foundation. Where is that? Right there. Right there. Yeah, Epigenex Foundation. See it right there? Where's my finger? There. And pull it up. And not only will you find Beth, but you will find a panoply of some of the best speakers that you don't usually hear on the keto, how would I say that? The keto rotation of, all the good people, like when two keto dudes had their thing, and then there's low carb down under and this and that. But Beth did one of the best videos I've ever seen. And I only had one but in the whole thing. And it's a 46-minute deal. I thought she did a great job, and I'm going to look for her on other YouTube videos because she knows her stuff, and she is a registered dietitian. And so it's Beth Zupek, Z-U-P-E-C dash Kanaya, K-A-N-I-A. And the name of this one is Eating Ketogenically with Optimum Nutrition. And it was. And she just did it was simply perfectly laid out. So even if you're a keto veteran, or if you just want to see a stricter version of keto than you've been following or seeing on podcasts, tune in to her. So anyway, yeah, that was very, very, it was a great listen to. I also listened to another one on hashtag FatAdapt. Is that it? Or Adapt? I don't know. It's Dr. Westman's site. And he had an Amy Berger on. And she had a 26-minute video that I did not like. But I watched most of it and kept waiting for, you know how you keep waiting for something to pop and say, okay, I'm glad I watched. But alas, that one just didn't float my boat. I'm going to finish my bulletproof coffee, talk to you, and then I'm heading to the rec center to do my fast walking. So I've already I worked overnight. I vacuumed the house. I Swiffered it. I cleaned one of those drawers on the refrigerator door that could be a science project. You know what I mean? Till it's empty, you don't know how bad it is, right? So anyway, I'm looking forward to my day. I work again tonight, and then I work again tomorrow night. So I have 3 in a row, and that works for me. And yep, this woman, Beth, does no keto-fying, no, I just liked her. So give her a listen to, and I will refund all your money if you're not happy. How's that? So here's my chronometer. I put in tomorrow's while I was working because I could. Look at this. Is that the shortest list of food you've ever seen? 2 bulletproof coffees, fathead pizza, and my weight. My calories for the day are 1357. My macros are carbs are 4, even with fathead pizza. My fat is 84% and my protein is 12%. I like that. So my energy is 1357, like I said, and I like this bigger screen. The protein is 37, so that is just spot on as far as chronometer feels I should be getting. It equals my carbs are 13.1 with an allowance of 20. I do total. I noticed in one of my videos I kept talking net, and it's like, no, I meant total. I really did. I meant total. And if I had a 6-year-old here, he could insert, oops, I meant total, like up here where they do things. But alas, there's no 6-year-old here. So, yep, that's my short and sweet food list for the day. Tomorrow is Big Green Egg Steak Day. And so there will be lots of veggies and it will be a fun day. So I have a big green leafy salad 5 days of the week. And then Fathead Pizza has no accompanying vegetables except in the pizza sauce. But then in the United States, that constitutes a vegetable with the FDA or the USDA, right? Myplate.gov, myword.gov. So, after listening to Beth, I'm happy that I do what I do with my keto. And she just gave excellent, sage advice. And she did 2 case studies. One was an epileptic, I think, young boy. And the other one was a harried mother of 2 going to grad school full time and with chronic migraines. And so she kind of like showcased both. That was nice, as well as doing different food lists and what's the difference between saturated fat, monosaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, just good stuff. And sometimes I don't know or remember the next layer, like PUFAs and MUFAs. I don't know. I know my saturated fats are coconut oil, heavy whipping cream, butter. How's that? So, anyway, keto, under 20 total carbs, and it works for me. And I take my food planning seriously, but when I talk to you, I try to sound light and encouraging in being able to do this. The habits and tricks and foundation that you will get from daily listening here, as well as if you came to my ketocoachingsarah.com for one-on-one, would basically be the same, except I could really zero in on you, of course, because you're talking back to me or emailing back to me. And it's just the littlest of things. Sometimes people don't understand when I talk about the grams that I'm having of something, and they think it's carbohydrate grams or something, and it's like weight grams. So when I'm having a salad and there's 140 to 160 grams, that's what it weighs. So it's a great big salad. And yet, when I'm putting my items in my chronometer tracker, it's tracking the carbs of those 160 grams of lettuces, minimal that they are, but I count everything because it just works for me. And like I did in a previous video, is I talked about doing keto with total carbs is 100% easy. And I got that from Gina in Spades. It's 100% easy to do 100% total carbs with clean, weighed, measured food. Why is that? Because if you get into I'm going to do this, except I'm going to have that, and then because, and it's only a treat today, and then tomorrow I'm going to have, and I'm only going to do net over there, and then I'll do total for those, and it's like, it complicates things for you, and you don't really need to do that, unless it's easy for you. I mean, if it's easy for you, but for me, I just like it clean and kind of precise and tracked and just put in. I'm 67 and I love this keto way of life. And I see a lot of young people grabbing onto it at younger ages, and oh, how exciting, right? How exciting for them. And they didn't even come from the generation like we did in our maybe 50s and 60s, maybe 70s too, where it was low fat, no fat, where they just pounded you and you were buying, low fat cookies. Remember, what were they called? Smart Ones, Madewell, something like that. And we were buying, just all these hideous low fat, no fat dairy products. And the same, we were still drinking milk, no grown person needs to be drinking milk, get the nut butters. Yeah, get those. Get the nut milks. They go a long way, and they taste delicious, and they make my bulletproof lattes delish. So yeah, the younger people are joining up, and they're making videos, and they're doing a great job. And we need to support them as well as us old ones that are here. And I love when Amy from Keto Licious or Luscious and who else does shout outs? Marjorie Burnett. They do a lot of shout outs for new ones so they can build up their viewers. And it's really kind of special how we all help. Keto in the Chaos, same deal. And she's a wonderful, I could be her mother, but that's okay. I still love her. But she's young. She does higher protein than the moderate protein that the other keto asks for. And she's doing great, and she's losing, and she mentors people, and she encourages people. And for those that can do the higher protein, that's great. And, that's her version. She makes no apologies about it. And I think that's how we have to roll, making no apologies about it. And as I told you, I was on one. She weighs 105. I'm not going to say her name today. But the criticism of her doing this keto diet, I'm like salivating at how she cooks her food. She's got this kitchen to die for, and she's cooking this wonderful food, lots of fats, beautiful green veggies, small amount of protein, and, the veggies are really the only carbs. And she's doing a great job, and people are finding fault with her. I think that's jealousy or envy or something, because, she's just a six-packed, like keto Stephanie person. And we don't need to do that. We don't need to find that little part, we need to support each other. And this is a great teaching tool and learning platform for it, because we're dealing with probably absolute strangers, except for when they show up and they do a comment, and we begin a, kind of a YouTube relationship, as it were. And some of them that have started off rather harsh or critical, have become okay on my channel. And I don't know if that's happened for some of you, but I figure, well, let's just see if I can kill them with kindness out. One of them was rather snarky, and then at one point, he said, well, you might do better if you quit smoking. And it's like, I haven't smoked since 1975. I think I quit. Anyway, it was kind of funny. And I'm sure he didn't, or he or she didn't intend the snarkiness, but it was like the first few comments were kind of snarky. But as long as they're doing keto and having success, you're in, because that's what matters here. And, we don't talk a lot about falling off the horse or having that piece of candy and then tee-heeing about it, because that's that giggle thing. You pay extra when you buy the snack-sized bag of candy. So when you eat it and you go, I really shouldn't. Well, you're right. You really shouldn't. The only fruits we allow are after you've been on a strict or disciplined keto, in my book, for a number of months, say 6, and then they are berries, and that's that. And they are, we're talking an ounce of berries, like a half ounce of blackberries, a half ounce of raspberries, and you are treating them like the delightful nectar that they are, or from the gods, the gift from the gods. And you were eating those 3, 4, 5 of them as if they were just the most wonderful things. That's how I do it when I have macadamia nuts. I eat one and savor it, and then after a second or two, then I'll eat the next one. I savor my food. And somebody else said that too. They said, with OMAD, 1 meal a day, it's kind of funny. I'm kind of slowing down and tasting the food and enjoying dining. And it's like, I know. Like, it takes me 45 minutes to eat my 1 meal. And we're talking about the protein, the asparagus, maybe sometimes another veggie, and then the big A salad. and I spend 45 minutes slowly eating and just enjoying every bite. And so it's funny because my head, because of the fat involved, like in the salad oils, and then sometimes the fatty meat, and sometimes I put butter on the meat and the asparagus. So by the time I get to being done at 45 minutes time, then I'm comfortably full, and I'm not still saying more. Well, no, wait, this is how they do it in sign language. More, because I used to probably eat like a dog. You know how a dog like would stick his paw in the bowl with the kibbles and the wet food, and he'd be like totally gone, and then looking at you, you know, and it took you longer to scoop in the food and than it did for him to eat. That's probably how I used to eat. And now it's just a slow process. Each bite is enjoyed, and I love it. And I know that there's not going to be another meal till the next day, 23 hours later. So you bet I enjoy it. So that's how we're rolling here today. Just a folksy little chat, having Fathead Pizza tonight. If you've never had Fathead Pizza, Google it. To me, the way that I make it, which I showed in a video, is the easiest way to make it. And because Greg and I are just like two little peas in the pod, we have the same birthday, you know. And so we just do the same recipe every Saturday, and it's delicious. Just like we do Sunday with the big green egg with the same vegetables and the same cut of meat. We are just creatures of the same old, but it doesn't get old to us, and that's what we like. So thank you so much for watching it. This has been great for me. I love chatting with you. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Like I said, one-on-one, emailing, or telephone coaching is available. KetoCoachingSarah.com. And thanks for my shameless plug. And that's it. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. Be good, behave, track, weigh, measure, drink your water, get your Celtic salt, and put a few crystals on your tongue before you have your water. That's what Barbara O'Neill says, to open up your cells to get all that nice water in your cells, so then you don't have swollen fingers and swollen feet and swollen abdomen, because the water's going into the cell to make the cell all nice and wet. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in again the next time. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. Today, 13.1 carbs. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.